you go. So double tap the screen.
No, it's not on me. I can't see you both.
All right. Better?
You have to get close. Can it turn?
No, you've got to have landscape, which is a real failure. Yeah, so at the moment with Periscope, if you turn it sideways, you see there's lots of love hearts. It's just the whole thing doesn't, it all goes sideways. So when they're trying to chat, it's a bit awkward for them. So Periscope at the moment is fine. So anybody coming in yet?
Yeah. AJ Maloney.
Welcome, AJ.
Yeah.
So, general
Where's
chit chat.
Andrew?
Oh, Andrew Maloney. Hey, good to see you, Andrew. Are you favouring Meerkat or Periscope, Andrew? See if he comes back with some feedback. You know, so you could effectively do this on a tripod and it's facing towards you, because it is obviously just off the phone. You can have a tripod right next to you, literally in your face, and talk about your subject, and then you can interact with the people that are asking questions on the screen, or you do it this way, or you've got someone kind of holding it for you. So let's talk video.
Yes.
So first of all, just give us an intro to Louder Than Words.
So my name's Dan. I started a company beginning this year called Louder Than Words Video Production. We specialise in, so video marketing for business is our main clientele, but since we've started, have done all sorts of stuff. We recently did a TV commercial, do broadcasting. We have a creative short film that's going to be shown at London Short Film Festival this year as well. So really exciting times. Been in the industry for about 5 years, so I'm not new to filmmaking, but this is the first time starting a business by myself.
Okay, so biggest challenge facing clients of yours at the moment in terms of video?
Yeah.
What's holding them back from exploring video?
I think it's more of an understanding actually. So a lot of the clients or potential clients that you speak to, they don't fully understand the benefit, I guess, that video can give to them. And what's really interesting about apps like this as well is that actually you're really starting to see how video is progressing, and then it's such an integral part now to to marketing and to promoting what you do and showing who you are, and I think incorporating video into your social media plan is something that is vital now, to be honest.
There's a cultural change happening though, isn't there? So if you went back 5 years ago, the idea of people taking pictures of themselves and publishing them on the line, most people have been like, that's madness. Why would you do that? It's a bit odd. Now the selfie is acceptable, and I think that's happening with video now. I think the whole thing of people videoing themselves, they've always been really fearful of it. Suddenly it's becoming more mainstream, and people are doing stuff like Periscope and Meerkat and Twitter video and Facebook video, and because it's becoming more acceptable, that's going to then transfer into the workplace, and people are finally thinking, we can do video, why shouldn't we?
Yeah.
But there's a big difference between just shooting some video yourself and getting it professionally shot and edited.
And it's not just the video either, it's what comes after the video as well. Like yourselves know, it's about how you then take that video you've made and get it seen by as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And it's people that work in industry that know how to do that as well. But yeah, we're working with top kit that is going to look amazing. It's going to sell your services much better than if you just did something with your iPhone. But yeah, I love how everyone seems to starting to get on board now with video, and that it is becoming much more widely accepted as a real part of everyone's marketing strategy, which is good.
So in terms of any small business who's looking to start to use video, what would be their first step?
I don't know. I mean, it's have a look at what kind of video you want to do, because there's so many styles now. I mean, I always refer to a video done by a company called the $1 Million Shave Club.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Which was just incredible success, but that was quite a funny video.
Yeah, it had virality about it, didn't it? That's why it did so well.
Exactly. So you need to first of all establish what kind of video you want to do, and that just comes with research. Look into what other companies are doing, the kind of results that they're seeing from that as well, and then come up with your own creative ideas. And once you've kind of got that idea of what you want to do, that's when you come to somebody like myself.
Yeah.
And then we can help feed into that idea and make it become a reality.
I think one of the issues a lot of business owners will have though is inspiration. They know they should be exploring video, but they just really don't know. They're not ideas people, and they're not creative. And we're assuming a lot of the time that every business owner is going to be creative, and they're not. And sometimes they need that inspiration from someone, whether it's their marketing partner, their digital partner. They need someone to talk to and come up with the ideas, because they're not always seeing video in their market. So you take a restaurant owner, you could go down a very corporate video, but really you want to be showing the kind of the culture behind your business, what you're about. I suppose it's why you do what you do, the passion.
Yeah.
And a lot of business owners are just not creative, so they find it really difficult to start on that road. So people will tell them, oh, you should get some video on your website, but they just don't know where to start.
I agree to an extent. I'm often quite surprised by how creative people can actually be sometimes, and there's most people that I talk to, it's surprising actually once you sit them down and you start coming up with ideas. Actually, a lot of people are creative, but they don't necessarily release it as much as they could or should. But yeah, you're right. I think sometimes there's that element of people being scared to interact
and express themselves.
Yeah.
Something always amazes me how good some of these business owners are that actually don't realise it, and they don't realise they've got a great story to tell until you sit down with them and kind of point it out to them. What they do day to day, they think is just day to day.
Yeah.
But when you're someone on the outside and you're looking at it, and you see how amazing it is what they do. You see their passion, you see the care and attention they garner on their product or their service, and how they put their customer at the forefront, and they just think that's the norm. They don't realise that actually, there's a lot of businesses out there that don't give a shit about their customers, and all they're out there is to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
So video, I think, can really kind of show that off. So typical costs for a small business wanting to make their first foray into video. What kind of budget should they be setting?
Again, it does depend on what kind of video you're after. If we think that we can achieve all the filming that we'll need in a day, then typically our day rate is $250. So taking into account editing time as well, you can be looking a minimum around £500. Which for somebody who just wants to start out is that is great, and to be honest, that's a very good price as well. And when you consider what some people are paying for websites and photography, and video is no exception. So we think we've got ourselves a great price there. But obviously, as ideas progress, and if we want to do something a bit more extravagant, which can ultimately benefit you even further, or look into promoting your video as well for you, then we can look at doing something which is more of a kind of rounded budget, so not done on a day rate, more of like a retainer, but it's but yeah, it really varies, but we normally say to people we work on a day rate of around $250.
Okay, so if you've got any questions, please do type them up on the screen. How many people got watching? 3 at the moment. Ask us any questions, but it'll go up and down, and you have, at the end of the process, you have like a total audience, and people will dip in and dip out. The thing with these is to get a series going. It's a bit like video. If you want to really have an impact, you've got to get a series of these things going. So talk to me about equipment, because everybody would have heard the term 4K. What does that mean to the customer?
4K. Effectively 4K is the future of video at the moment. It's where we're heading. We have 4K TVs now. Soon we will be broadcasting in 4K. When you've seen HD and you see 4K, you notice the jump quite considerably. The detail, the colour. It's interesting how quickly technology is progressing. So I'm really excited about 4K. So the camera equipment that we have, we're currently shooting on a camera called the Blackmagic Ursa, which is a big 4K production camera, been used on feature films, documentaries, all sorts of things, and we use it for pretty much every shoot we do, and handles it really well. It's a very versatile camera, but you always know that you're going to get exceptional results from it. and it really does look a class above a lot of what you'll see within corporate videos, especially. Most corporate videos, I'd say, are still shot on DSLR,
Yeah.
which are great, and they had their time sort of allowing more people to come into the industry. I mean, I started on DSLR. I've only just literally moved off of DSLR, so. But I think there's definitely a progression now where we're starting to move away from that, and actually you can really see the benefit and the difference in quality now with something like the camera that we're using.
And does that make a massive difference in terms of how you shoot? Is lighting more important now?
Lighting is always important. If you're working with a videographer who doesn't think lighting is important, whether they're shooting on a DSLR or not, lighting is always important. It really just comes down to that image quality, and something that we call dynamic range, which, without going into it too much detail, is your colour depth. So when you actually start putting the colour into the video, it's just that much more vibrant and that much more filmic and cinematic than anything that you could get on like a budget camera.
Yeah. But then I suppose you're stepping up massively in terms of budget from the DSLR, people off for a few £100, up to the kind of camera equipment you've got, which must be costing thousands.
Yeah.
So that's our little chat about corporate video, small business video. If it's something you're interested in, then make sure you tweet Dan at
LTW Production.
LTW Production. If anything social media related, then at JR Social Media. Thanks for watching. Take care.